Is it a good time to buy BTC, ETH, Cardano? Is it a good time to sell BTC, ETH, Cardano? Well, I've got a very strong indicator in this video that is signaling maybe a very good buy or maybe a very good sell. That's up to you to find out. And it's very, very exciting because it's all based on whale activities and what miners are doing at the moment. It's really important to follow what smart money is doing, and that's what we'll be doing in this video by analyzing and looking at the chart data, on-chain data of what they've been doing. My name is Kierin. I highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button. Also the bell notification so you can stay up to date with this time-sensitive info, as well as hit the like because I really appreciate that. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm. So I'm sitting here in Basel, very, very beautiful weather. People are swimming in the Rhine. And yeah, I couldn't ask for a better day with all of the stuff that has been happening over the weekend. As I was analyzing this on-chain data, I'm super, super bullish because all of this info is really bullish in my opinion. But as you all know, everything always comes with a caveat, and that is it's not financial advice and we never really know what's going to happen. I'm also going to explain what I'm also keeping an eye upon to prevent things that just happened recently, these massive dumps, and to be caught off guard by those. So the first thing that we're actually going to be looking at is the exchange whale ratio. This is really important because what we actually want to look at is how many whales are sending their BTC to derivative exchanges. You might be wondering, why is this actually important? Well, when whales send their BTC to derivative exchanges, that means they're bullish and they want to actually set themselves up for massive long positions. And they do this very slowly, but they're sending with each transaction massive amounts of BTC. So the average transaction is like over 4 BTC. And this is visible thanks to on-chain data. That's that green wave that you see at the bottom. Like retail traders, they may only be sending like 0.5 or 1.5 BTC to derivative exchanges, but the whales are sending massive amounts. And this is something that we've been seeing, even though the price is moving sideways. There hasn't been much of a change in the price, and that's because they're setting themselves up before the massive price explosion. So you see this first on this channel, but if you really, really want to stay in the loop, I highly recommend that you actually sign up to my decentralized digest newsletter, because I talked about this on Sunday evening as a really short info newsletter, and that was before the price actually went up a bit. So this is really good because we actually want to be smarter than most retail investors, and we're doing that by looking at what whales are doing. So furthermore, we actually want to look at what miners are doing, because miners are also very important for the network. Very often they are also a very good indicator of when the price has bottomed and when the price has peaked. And at the moment, miners are not selling. So you can see that with the blue wave, it dropped below the line, meaning that at the moment they have stopped selling their Bitcoin. And you see when the price actually peaked, we're actually selling their Bitcoin. So this is really important. And the reason for that is because they believe the price will rise, and that's why they are withholding selling their Bitcoin at the moment. Now, of course, most of this on-chain data at the moment is based on BTC. We'll get to ETH in just a bit. And the reason why this is important is because even though a lot of cryptocurrencies are starting to decouple from Bitcoin, they are still like highly correlated, meaning that strong fluctuations in price for Bitcoin is going to impact the whole market. So next up is there's a lot of dry powder in the form of stablecoins on exchanges. So people are being scared. I mean, due to all the FUD that's been happening, all the articles saying that Bitcoin was hacked, MicroStrategy could get liquidated, the high energy consumption, blah, 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 blah. All of that FUD that I actually told you to ignore, because that's what the whales want. They want actually to buy the dip at super cheap prices. And so that means that a lot of people have been actually putting their Bitcoin into stable coins, waiting for the storm to pass to see what is actually going to happen. So what we're actually looking at is the Bitcoin to stablecoin ratio. And here, what is important to know is that as soon as the ratio is in favor of stablecoins, meaning that on the exchanges there's way more stablecoins than Bitcoin, That means that the Bitcoin sell pressure just can't be that high. However, as soon as the tides start to change and the Bitcoin price starts to move up, all of this dry powder in the form of stablecoins is going to be like a fire on gasoline, and it's going to create this massive explosion. So the price is just going to skyrocket because everyone is going to FOMO back into Bitcoin and push it to new all-time highs, as well as with other cryptocurrencies. So if we look at the Bitcoin to stablecoin ratio on-chain data, you can see this has actually been a really important metric to time bottoms. And at the moment we've had a cross, and so this could be a very strong likelihood that we've actually bottomed out and we're going to see some upwards potential in the next few weeks, next few months. It's possible that before we actually have this massive rally, we see some sideways action. Then last but not least, and this is some really bullish news for ETH holders, and that is the ETH exchange reserves have dropped to an all-time low. And this is very important because the less ETH is available on exchanges, that means people are actually hodling their ETH. They're putting it to work on Ethereum 2.0, they're putting it to work on DeFi dApps, they're just hodling it in their hardware wallets. And yeah, it's actually really low at the moment. I think it dropped all the way down to, let me see, I think 20 million. And that's been the lowest since a very long time. Despite it having such a massive rally since the beginning of the year, people are hodling their ETH and not willing to sell at so low prices. I'm going to be releasing a video soon showing my price prediction for ETH because it's gone up quite significantly with all of the bullish updates coming for ETH. So the only thing at the moment that I'll be monitoring is the net flow into exchanges, meaning how much BTC in a short amount of time is actually going to be sent into the exchanges with the rising prices, as that could signify that, yeah, different whales actually want to sell as they believe the price is going to drop. And very often when they actually send so many BTC to exchanges, that actually is reflected in the price a few hours later. So I'm going to be monitoring. I've got some alerts based on the net flow. I'll definitely send out a newsletter as soon as I see that, just to give you a heads up. So I definitely highly recommend that you sign up to that newsletter as long as it's free. Hope you enjoyed this video. I do highly recommend that you hit that subscribe button, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.